Hi, this is a session recap for volume and how volume will appear in the functional skills maths paper. So this video will be kept to a consistent format so as to help you find things coming backwards and forwards and using the video. So the format will be a video of volume of cuboid. So that's what you see on the screen. I'll press play. Then we'll go to work examples of volume of cuboid. Then back to another video, a video of volume of cylinder. And then work examples of volume of cylinder. Then we're going to look at QR codes, which will go to practice activities. So quick practice activities, give you some examples of those. And practice the skills. So the first thing will be an explanation of how to use QR codes and then the actual QR codes themselves.
Volume is a measurement of the space enclosed in a 3D shape and is measured in cubic units. Remember, when calculating the volume of a shape, all the measurements must be in the same units. The formula for calculating the volume of a cuboid is volume equals length multiplied by width. Cuboid measures 3 centimeters by 4 centimeters by 5 centimeters. So the volume equals 3 centimeters by 4 centimeters by 5 centimeters equals 60 centimeters cubed. As you can see, it takes 61 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter cubes to fill the cuboid. So the answer must be 60 centimeters cubed.
Okay, so now we're going to look at a worked example for volume. So I'll read out the question. A cuboid measures 30 millimeters times 5 centimeters times 7 centimeters, and you can see the dimensions on the cuboid. So 7 is across here, 5 centimeters is the depth, 30 centimeters is the height. Calculate the volume of the cuboid, and it's actually providing the units for you. In your test it probably won't do that, but here it's centimeters cubed. Okay, so the first thing you need to be wary, particularly at level 2, there will be a lot of questions that contain mixed units, so expect it. The tip here would be to convert those first and convert them into the units that are given in the answer. You don't have to do that, you can do that afterwards, but in these videos I'm going to do that consistently first. So the units are down here, centimeters cubed, centimeters cubed. Okay, so centimeters cubed is different from a number cubed. So that's what we're going to do first. So convert the mixed units, the unit that is not consistent with the answer, which is 30 millimeters. That converts into 3 centimeters, remembering there are 10 millimeters in a centimeter. So it will be 30 divided by 10 equals 3 centimeters. So that's the first step. To work out volume, it will be length times depth times height, which is 3 times 7 times 5, which comes to 105 centimeters cubed. Okay, so I've replaced that with the answers. Obviously it's marking it incorrect, we haven't put anything in, but in the red is the correct answer, so 105 centimeters cubed, just as a confirmation of the answer. It also contains the method in which we used. Okay, as advertised, we'll now look at a video for volume of cylinder.
Volume of a cylinder. The formula for calculating the volume of a cylinder is volume equals the area of the base multiplied by the height. To calculate the area of the base, we use the formula pi r squared, the formula for calculating the area of a circle. Example. The height of a cylinder is 30 centimeters and the base radius is 5 centimeters. What is the volume of the cylinder? Use pi equals 3.14. Using the formula volume equals the area of the base multiplied by the height, we need to first calculate the area of the base using pi r squared. 3.14 multiplied by 5 centimeters squared equals 78.5 centimeters squared. Now we know the area of the base, we can calculate the volume. 78.5 centimeters squared, the area of the base, multiplied by 30 centimeters, the height, equals 2,350 centimeters cubed. Remember that when calculating the volume of a shape, all the measurements must be in the same units.
Okay, so let's have a look through a worked example for volume of a cylinder. So I'll read the question first. The can of pop is 12 centimeters high and the radius is 3 centimeters. So remember, radius applies to circles and the definition is from the middle of the circle to the end. If it was given the diameter, it would go all the way across and it would be 6 centimeters. Calculate the volume of the can to 2 decimal places. So we've got a level of accuracy there, which may involve rounding up or rounding down, depending on the answer on your calculator. So we've got the blank there to put the answer in, and there is the unit. So again, it's giving us the unit, centimeters cubed. That is the unit of measurement associated with volume. It may not provide you with this. So you've got to associate volume with centimeters cubed. What it's also giving you is a formula. Okay, so volume of a cylinder equals area of base times height. Now, as we can see here, the base is actually a circle. So we can, in our brains, we can translate area of base to area of circle and the formula associated with that. So let's rephrase that. Volume of a circle equals area of circle times height. So it's given us the formula there. Okay, so applying the formula. We've done a lot of work on that. We have to substitute the figures that we know in first, and then remembering the rules of BIDMAS, work out the calculation. So if we do the substitution, it's here. So 3.14 for the Edexcel version of Functional Skills Level 2, pi is 3.14. So whenever you see pi, substitute 3.14 times 3, because that's the radius from the centre of the circle to the edge of the circle, and it's r squared, which means times it by itself. So what we're timesing by itself is the radius, which is 3. So writing out the formula after substitution, it will be 3.14 times 3 times 3, and that equals 28.26. Now, we're first of all working out an area. So the units associated with areas are centimetres squared. The next step gives us the volume of the can, because it's area of base, we've done that, times height. So area of base, 28.26 centimetres squared, times 12, which is the height, and that equals 339.12. But now we're looking at volume, so the units have changed, centimetres cubed. Okay, so going back, recapping the question to see whether we've answered it all, it does say 2 decimal places, and we do have the measurement in 2 decimal places. The final bit of the video is a QR code which goes to practice for volume should you choose to use it. So I'm just going to leave these on the screen for a little bit, because obviously if you do use it, you need to know how to use the QR code. So the first one I've put is scan the QR code with your iPhone, iPad or iPod. So something instructions for that, and then briefly look at the Android version. So I'll leave that just for a few seconds, so if you are choosing, you can pause it here, come back to it. So the final bit of the video is the actual QR code itself. So if you'd like to scan it, it will give you some practice. Very quick practice, just give you an idea of an activity for volume.